it's another sad day in the United States when the mayor of New York City gets indicted. Indicted for what? What did he do? What did he do? From people getting indicted with the Diddy situation to celebrities being quiet about the Diddy situation to CEOs of companies stepping down, there's just a lot of things that are brewing right now in 2024, and it's only going to linger over into 2025 as well. A lot of people are just going down. But why did the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, get indicted? Go ahead and hit that like button and that subscribe button.
Good evening. I'm Byron Pitts in New York. We have breaking news this evening. New York Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by a federal grand jury, according to sources familiar with the matter. Let's go straight to senior investigative correspondent Aaron Kontersky on the phone with the very latest. Aaron, what can you tell us?
Byron, we just heard a statement from Mayor Adams saying, "I always knew that if I stood my ground for New Yorkers, that I would be a target, and a target I became. If I am charged, I am innocent, and I will fight this with every ounce of my strength and spirit." A statement of defiance a moment ago from Mayor Adams to ABC News after word came that he has been indicted by a federal grand jury in New York. Byron, this follows a 10-month investigation into corruption. It began with an investigation into the mayor's fundraising from his 2021 campaign and whether his campaign took illegal foreign money, particularly from Turkey, in exchange for official favors by Eric Adams. And the investigation has more recently ballooned into a broader corruption inquiry involving some of his top deputy mayors and others in his inner circle.
Aaron, we all recall that months ago, I think, authorities seized his phone and members of his administration. Is this part of that investigation?
It is, and it was a highly provocative step back in November when federal agents stopped a vehicle outside an event where the mayor had been speaking. They asked his driver to step aside. Federal agents got in the car with him, and at that point seized his electronic devices that were on his person. The mayor subsequently turned over other electronic devices, and in more recent weeks, the feds have raided the homes of two deputy mayors. They've seized the phone of the police commissioner, the schools chancellor, both of whom have resigned. It's not immediately clear whether anyone else has also been indicted along with the mayor, but a number of people in his top echelon of the administration had become subjects of the investigation.
Give us some context about this. These are federal charges against the sitting mayor of the largest city in the United States, New York City. How significant is this, and how deep will this go, do you think?
New York has a long and storied political history, some of it rife with corruption, Byron, but never before has a sitting mayor ever been charged with federal crimes. Mayors have been charged after they've left office, like Rudy Giuliani most recently, because of his entanglements with former President Trump. But a sitting mayor of New York has never been charged with a crime until now. Adams has stacked his administration with a number of loyalists, with people who he is known from his days as a police captain, a number of high-profile individuals, including his chief counsel, had advised him that perhaps he wanted to jettison some of those people, but he has always remained steadfast and loyal. He has said he has done nothing wrong, and he has known of no wrongdoing in the ranks of his administration. Federal prosecutors, Byron, clearly tonight disagree.
I mean, certainly we'll hear along with the mayor what these charges are tomorrow, but talk about Mayor Eric Adams. He was someone in the Democratic Party seen a few years ago just as a rising star, as you said, a longtime police officer in New York City. He walked the streets. He was a beat cop, rose to captain. And so many saw his ascension to mayor's office as this fast-moving star in the Democratic Party. That all now seems at best in jeopardy, if not over.
Oh, he was touted as the new face of the Democratic Party, someone who could be tough on crime, but also sympathetic to many of the social issues that are many more liberal New Yorkers hold dear. And it was an interesting field from which he emerged. A number of those on the left he was able to defeat, arguing that they weren't going to be tough enough to deal with the city, and he faced a Republican opponent in a talk show host who never was able to garner enough public support, and he ran on a platform of getting stuff done. Of late, he has changed the way New Yorkers take out the trash by making a lot of garbage go out on the curb later so rats don't get to it. He's ordered businesses to get garbage cans with lids, and he has also tried to steer the city through the end of the pandemic, which has, I think, probably hurt his stated agenda a bit as the city had to recover financially and also had to deal with what had been a rise in crime.
An historic night in New York politics, Aaron, as you said. Aaron Katersky, thank you so very much. We now go back to ABC News Live Prime in progress.
Well, y'all know how the Lord says everything that's done in the dark must come to light. He says that he's going to prove how innocent he is. And to be honest, I hope that he is innocent. But what we do know, what we have learned from like the Diddy case is that coercion, I think that's how you pronounce it, coercion is something serious. And if you're being indicted, that means that the feds been looking into you and they've gotten exactly what they needed to basically indict you. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the same mayor who gave Sean Diddy Combs the key to the city. Let me see if I can bring up that photo. So it looks like Eric Adams gave Diddy a key to New York City a year ago. They were both charged with crimes this month. About a year ago, New York Mayor Eric Adams gave Sean Combs, the music mogul known as Diddy, a key to the city. Now both are facing criminal charges in a stunning fall from grace. During a ceremony in Times Square, Adams handed Diddy the key, a symbol of recognition for New Yorkers who have achieved remarkable success. Diddy was born in Harlem, 1969, and later attended Catholic school in the Bronx. Adams, now 64, also proclaimed the day Diddy Day. Y'all know how, like, they talk about, like, karma, and y'all know how, like, let's just say you driving a car and you in traffic and you hit your brakes real hard. And then because you hit your brakes real hard, it caused the person in the back of you to hit their brakes real hard, but they still ran into you, and then that person behind them ran into them, and then so forth and so on. It's like a domino effect. It's like you gave Diddy the key to the city, and like legit, because you even associated with this man and you quote unquote allegedly or quote unquote is being charged now as a criminal of coercion, it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's almost as if anyone who Diddy is associated with is like falling too. Like they're falling because Diddy's falling because they're in association with him. And because they're in association with him, whether it's friend, cool, doing business with, or whatever, you gave this man the key to the city. That's not a coincidence to me. That sounds like because he's like in the crosshairs that everything like it's gonna affect people around him too, not just Diddy but people around him as well. And so it says earlier this year, Adams requested that Diddy return the key in light of the growing controversy surrounding the rapper, which crested last week when Diddy was arrested and indicted on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. Diddy has said he is innocent. Adams is now also in a legal hot seat. In an indictment unsealed Thursday morning, federal prosecutors accused the mayor of years-long public corruption. Okay, so he's getting charged with public corruption. Prosecutors say Adams solicited bribes from foreign nationals to support his political campaign in his personal travel. The indictment states that over roughly 10 years, he accepted various gifts such as complimentary or discounted Turkish airline flights, vacations at luxury hotels, and yacht trips. That's not legal. Adams has said he is not guilty. If convicted, he faces a prison sentence of up to 45 years. I'm sorry, y'all. That just blew me back. Adams is up for re-election in 2025. Homeboy not getting re-elected. You can just go ahead and kiss that goodbye. And this is the picture of them together. See? Look at them. Look at them. Looking both excited in their corruption. You know, we got to pray for these people, y'all. We got to pray for them. Hope they turn their life to Christ, because the Lord is just, whatever's done in the dark comes to the light. If you ain't guilty, then you wouldn't be being indicted. You know, unless somebody has something against you, but I highly doubt that. And people right now, they don't need to be associated with Diddy. You associated with Diddy, you mess around and get indicted by default. You know what I'm saying? If you do business with Diddy and you know for a fact you doing illegal stuff, I would advise you to lay low. So this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. I cannot. It's 2024 for y'all. That's 2024 for y'all. So it looks like people are just collateral damage at this point. It seems like anybody who's associated with Diddy is going down. Okay? But I hope these people learn a lesson. If they are committing crimes and stuff, I hope they learn a lesson. I hope that, you know, they really turn their life around. I really hope they give their life to Christ, you know, because the Lord can save anybody. People who are doing things illegal, of course, they should do the time for the crime. But it seems like a lot of people who doing illegal stuff right now it's not a good year for them. It's not a good year for them. And I really feel like it's going to go into 2025 too, until everything that's brought in the dark comes to the light. I said this before, Diddy wasn't the first. He ain't the last. So this is just another person that's collateral damage. And even though this don't have anything to do with the Diddy case, it don't seem like it. That's not what they're making it out to be. But as you can see, he did have a friendship with Diddy. He did declare Diddy Day. And yeah, now he's in the situation that he's in. So be careful who you associate with, who you associate yourself with. Birds of a feather flock together. So, you know, what y'all think? Put it in the comments. Be respectful in the comments, but definitely share your opinion and your thoughts. Okay? All right, guys. Stay blessed.